Hello, students. Happy last day before spring break. We are going to try to go through this quickly. Maybe we'll have some free time at the end of the class if you pay attention, and I'll have some time to give you your updated grade. So make sure you are paying attention. You need to be focusing on the paper that's in front of you. You're going to get your paper back soon enough. If somebody talks to you, just ignore them. And if you're trying to talk to somebody while I'm going over something in the video, you're going to miss something. So please stay focused. All right, so let's just jump right into it and get started. Right here it says, what time did the train leave Bristol? Okay, we've done this one before. Okay, the train leaves Bristol, or it gets to Bristol right here. These are 15-minute intervals, so that must be 10:15. Okay, so if you want to be exact, it's 10:15 a.m., but as long as they put 10:15, that's fine. Okay, you can give them, let's see, how do we want to do it? Okay, you can just give them a check. Okay, if they got it right. If they didn't, don't do anything. All right, how many stops did the train make on its way to London? All right, so it stopped once, two, three times, 4, 5 times. Okay, if they got that right, give them the check. If they did not get it right, don't put the check. Okay, all right. So it says, what was the speed of the train between Bristol and Reading? We know that, and it wants the answer to the nearest mile per hour. Speed is equal to distance over time. The distance from Bristol to Reading is 80 miles. This hasn't changed since the last time we did it. The time it takes is 45 minutes. Okay, but they want the time in miles per hour. Okay, and so we need to change that 45 minutes to hours. 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour. Decimal for 3/4 is 0.75 hours. 80 divided by 0.75, you do the math, you'll get 106.666. But if you multiply around to the nearest mile per hour, you get 107 miles per hour. Okay, they might have written it like that. They might have put miles per hour. Might have put miles per, either way, whatever, miles per hour, not meters per second or anything like that. Check if they get it right. Between which cities did the train travel the fastest? Between Bristol and Reading. Okay, they need that to get the check, and if they got it right, put the check over there. They didn't leave it, like I've been saying, and we know how fast it was going between Bristol and Reading, which is right there because it's the steepest. That's how we know. But we also calculated it to be 107 miles per hour. It says, what is the average speed for the whole journey? Well, we use our ending point here, and again, we know that speed is equal to distance over time. The distance that it traveled to that point was 200 miles. And the time it took to get there was from 8 to 12 and 12:30. That's 4.5 hours. That's 4.5 hours. Okay, and you do the math on that. Okay, you're gonna get like 44.4444. If you round to the nearest mile per hour, that's just 44 miles per hour. Okay, it says how much time did it spend in stations? Okay, well, it stopped at Newport right there for 15 minutes, stopped at Bristol right here for 30 minutes, and it stopped at Reading for 15 minutes. 15 plus 15 is 30. 30 plus 30 is 60. So it's been 60 minutes. Okay, or they could have put 1 hour. Either way. Okay, so that's that. Count up the checks they got. Okay, if they got them all right, it would be 6 checks. I want you to take the number they got correct. Okay, put it in a circle right here. All right, now we're gonna go on to the next section, so be ready. All right, now I'm gonna give you a specific way to do this. First of all, I'm just gonna go through the whole thing, okay, and then we're gonna go back and do the grading. All right. So first of all, we said we left at 12. Okay, we should be using 10-minute intervals over here. Okay, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 1 o'clock. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 2 o'clock. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 3 o'clock. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 4 o'clock. Then 5 o'clock is out here. Okay, hopefully they did that right. Okay, then we did quarter-mile intervals here. 1, 2, 3, 1 mile. 1, 2, 3, 2 miles. 1, 2, 3, 3 miles. 1, 2, 3, 4 miles. 1, 2, 3, 5 miles. Okay, so I went over that with you. All right, so whether they have that or not, we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so it says you left at 12. to meet your two best friends. It takes you 30 minutes to get to BFF number one's house, who lives a mile and a half away. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Go up to a mile and a half. Okay. All right, this is what I want you to do. It doesn't matter what they have on their paper, okay? Just pay attention. Just follow my lead. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what I want you to do. I want you to put a 6 here. Okay, then I want you to put a 3 and a 6 like that in a line. Okay, now I want you, the 3 is the x coordinate. Okay, this is the x coordinate. This is the y coordinate. You should know this from math. Okay, I want you from the origin. I want you to go over 3. 1, 2, 3, and then go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we went up over 3, up 6. Okay, and then it doesn't matter what their graph looks like. You go over 3 and up 6, and I want you to put a circle right there. It doesn't matter what their graph looks like. Okay, I should have done this first. Okay, so I want you to go over 3 and up 6. All right, now here we'll just keep doing it this way. For 7, let's do 7 and 6 like that. Put a line. For 8, I want you to put 9 and 14 and put a line. For number 9, I want you to put 11 and 14 and put a line. For 10, I want you to put 12. Okay, that's 12 and 22. Put a line. 11, I want you to put 21 and 22 and put a line. And then for 12, I want you to put a 29 and a 4 and put a line. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. All right, so for number 7 right here, okay, this is what just pay attention. I want you to go over 7 and up 6. So you count 1, 2. You start at 0 and you start at 0. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and put a circle right there. Okay, make sure it's a big circle actually. Put a big circle. Okay. This one, I want you to go over 9 and then up 14. We left from 7 from right here. So 7, that would be 8, 9. If you can't do that, start from the origin. So, but anyway, that's 9. Then we need to go up 14. Well, the last one we went up from 6, which was here. So we need to go from here. We go 6. We go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So put a circle right there. All right. So now we need to go over 11 and then go up 14. Well, this one right here was 9, so that'd be 10, 11, and then we go up to 14, which is right where 2 over from where we left, so it's going to be a circle right there. Then it says we need to go over 12, so we left, and then 12 and 22. Okay, 12 was 1 more over, so it should be right on 2 o'clock, and 22 is going to be all the way at the top. Okay. Then it says we need to go from 21 and 22. Okay, we're already up 22, but we know we're over 12. So from 12 right here, we can go, I'm sorry. So from 12 from right here, we can go 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so we just went from 12, which was here, to 21. So this is our number 11. Okay, because this is over 21 and up 22, which would put us right there. Again, for the last one, it says 29 and 4. So 29, that's going to be all the way over here. So there's no need to count, and then you go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's how I want you to do that. Now we can go back to what we were doing a second ago. All right, now ignore. Well, that's where their bubble should be. That we've done it that way, okay? And so the circles, that's where their point should be. If their graph isn't like that, then don't worry about that for now. Okay, but I'm just gonna go over the correct answers. Okay, so we went over, we took us 30 minutes to go that mile and a half. Now it says we were there because she wasn't ready for 40 minutes. So we should have gone over 10, 20, 30, 40. There should be a dot right there and then connect the lines. If they didn't do that, don't worry about it. Just keep watching, okay? 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, so then after we were there for 40 minutes, it says we went to best friend number 2's house. That was 2 miles from BFF number 1's house. So remember that every 4 blocks is 1 mile. So if we're going 2 miles, we need to go 8 blocks. Like 1, 2, 3, 1 mile. 1, 2, 3, 2 miles. And they said it took us 20 minutes to get there. So we go 10, 20, we should have a dot right there. Okay, and it says we were there for 20 minutes. So 20 minutes should be 10, 20. Now listen, if your person's graph doesn't look like this, I'm gonna go over that in a second. Okay, if they're doing it right though, it should look like this. Okay, so it says you're there for 20 minutes. Oh, let me connect these. Then it said we were there for that 20 minutes. Then it says you went to BFF number 2's house, which was 2 more miles away. Okay, and it took 20 minutes. So 1, 2, 3, 1 mile, 1, 2, 3, 2 miles. Okay, oh, and it only took 10 minutes to get there. Okay, and so we go over 10 minutes, there should be a dot inside this circle. If it's not, again, don't worry about it. I'm gonna go over that in a second. And then it says we were there for an hour and a half. This is when we got to the beach. We know that there's a 60 minutes in an hour. So 60 minutes would be 6 of these blocks since there are 10-minute intervals. So look, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, that's 1 hour. But it says we're there for 1.5 hours. If an hour is 60 minutes, then a half hour is 30 minutes. So we need to go for an hour and a half, we need to go 30 more minutes. 10, 20, 30. Okay. Again, you should be just watching now. Okay, so then it says we go to the movies, which is 4.5 miles back from where we came. Okay, so you have to count up the 4.5 miles. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 mile. 1, 2, 3, 2 miles. 1, 2, 3, 3 miles. 1, 2, 3, 4 miles. Okay, but it says 4.5. So if 4 blocks was 1 mile, half a mile would be 2 blocks. So we go 1, 2. So this is 4.5 miles back from where we came. And it said it took us an hour and a half to get there. Okay, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks is 1 hour. Okay, plus 30 more minutes. 10, 20, 30. That's an hour and a half. Should be a dot there. Okay, and then we can connect these. Okay. And so their graph should look like this, all right? But we're gonna come back to this. Let's just go over this in a second. Actually, we can do it this way right here. All right, so we're gonna call this block number 6, or circle number 6. Now you're numbering your circles. Their graph might look different if they did their graph wrong, but you're just putting numbers on the circles. Number 6, number 7, it should be number 8, number 9, number 10. Even if they didn't do the graph, your circle should be on here. Number 11, okay, and number 12. Now, you find the circle that you drew for number 6. If they have a dot inside that circle, give them the check for number 6. Okay, if they don't, then don't. Number 7, the circle that you drew. If there's a dot inside that circle, put a check right here. If there's not, don't put a check. All right, and then number 8, if there's a dot in there, give them the check, and the same for each one. For number 9, that circle that you drew, if they have their plot point there, give them the check. If their plot points are not in these circles, they do not get the checks. Okay, so if they've done that, so then there were 6 plot points that should have circles on it. If they don't, then they missed it. All right, so now let's answer these questions. It says, what's the average speed for the whole trip? All right, so we already know that speed equals distance over time. They should have shown their work. Okay, if they didn't write the formula, then don't give them credit. All right, if they just have an answer here, they're not gonna get the check. All right, so the distance for the whole trip, okay, that's over here. Okay, the whole trip, the distance is we're 1 mile away from where we started. So that's 1 mile. And the time it took to get there from 12 to 5 o'clock, that's 5 hours. Okay, and then if you do the math, 1 divided by 5, that's 1/5. The decimal for that is 0.2 miles per hour should be the units. Okay, they might have written it as a different way, but 0.2 miles per hour should be the units, or the answer in the units. It says the movie started at 5. They need to do, oh wait, hold up, let me go back. If they have 0.2 miles per hour, they get the check. If not, then don't. You can just put the check like right here. Okay, or next to number 1, if they got it right. The movie, they need 2 answers for this because there's 2 questions. First, it says the movie starts at 5. Okay, then it says, did you arrive in time? Okay, yes, we did. Okay, because we got there at 5. What time did you arrive? Okay, we arrived at 5 p.m. Okay, if they didn't answer to both of these, they don't get the check. Okay, no half credit. Okay, 2 questions you need to read and be thorough. If they got it right, give them the check. If they miss anything, they don't. It says, what was the average speed between the beach and the movies? Well, this is where you left the beach. That's when you got to the movies. We know that speed is equal to distance over time. They need to have written the formula. The distance, it tells you, was 4.5 miles. And the time it took you to get there was 1.5 hours. And if you do the math, okay, this one should be easy. 1.5, well, 1.5 times 2, like 1.5, that's 3. And then another 1.5 would be 4.5. So it goes in there 3 times. Okay, you might have done the math, but either way, it would be 3 miles per hour. Okay, that is the speed. If they didn't show it this work, okay, I don't want to see any math. They need to have put the formula, put the units, and then the answer. If they did that, give them the check. If they didn't, if they only have an answer, they do not get the check. Okay, I told you I want the formula, this and that. It says during the trip, when was your average speed the fastest? Okay, and that is, they should have written something like this between BFF number 2's house, okay, and the beach. Okay, they got that, then give them the check. It says at 1 o'clock, about how far are you from your house? Well, here's 1 o'clock. Well, that's when you were waiting on best friend number 1 because they weren't late, and that best friend lives about 1.5 miles away, so you were 1.5 miles away from your house. They could just put 1.5. If they did that, give them the check. So there were 5 checks here total, and then 6 over here. Okay, so that's what, 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, hold up. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. All right, whatever. There are 12 here. Oh, yeah, that makes sense because I started at 1 and then went to 12. I'm tripping. All right. But then it doesn't matter however many checks they got. Okay. On this page alone, you put that there. All right. So now you're going to add up the number of checks they got in this circle and the number of checks they got in this circle. Okay. And right here, you're going to put their total score right here. Okay. Times 4 equals blank. Okay. So that's how I want you to do it. The total number they got in this block, multiply it by 4 and put their answer right there. Okay. Because there should have been, let's see, there was 12 on the other side. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, wait, hold up, time out. Don't do that. Also, this is what I want you to do. Okay, so that would have been a total of 18. All right, now, if for their 19th, hold up, we're gonna do it this way. We'll put a 13 right here. All right. If they labeled, put x-axis and put a check. If they have 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock, if they have that right, give them the check. If not, then don't. For 14, okay, put y-axis. And then if they have from 12 or from 0 up to 5 and then a half, they don't have to write it up here. But if they got 5, that's 2 underneath here, then they've done that right, and then give them the check. If their graph, looks any different than that, then don't give them a check. Okay, so now there's 14 checks on this side and 6 on the other side. Okay, so then if they've done that correctly, if they got everything right, they would have 20. Okay, and 20 times 4 would be 80. All right, so there's that. And then if they wrote their name on both sides, okay, 20 times 4, sorry, I'm tripping, be 80 if they got it right. Actually, you know what? I'll do the rest of this. Okay, so you just put that score there, all right, and then I'll take care of the rest of the stuff. If you got any questions, ask me right now. But hopefully you got all that.